Right fellas, welcome back, and if you're new here, right, that is my Sapphire Cosworth. I've just rescued it from Scotland. It was kind of sitting in a housing estate, not getting used, hasn't been MOT'd since 2014. But what I need to do today is, first things first, I need to pull it out, and then I need to swap the cars around. So this car will be here, then my 3-door, I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to swap them around. So what I'll let you see a couple of cold starts on them. They haven't been started for a while, especially the 3-door. It hasn't ran in, I bet it's been over a month. So hopefully it'll start. I just need to reconnect the battery. Had a bit of a nightmare getting the 3-door in, massively over fueling to the point where the bores are full of pet fuel. I thought it might have been the fuel pressure regulator. I've since took the fuel pressure regulator off that and put it on the SAF, like swapped the two over, no difference. So I've ordered some parts. Hopefully I can get it fixed. I really want to get MOT'd and get out and about in it. Let's get started on the SAF because we've got some trim for the front bumper what we're going to fit. But first thing we need to do is we need to remove the old sticky stuff that's still on the front bumper. So this is the last bit of sticky tape off the bit of trim that was here before. I'm literally just trying to pull it off, and all I'm getting is like maybe it's a half inch of tape at a time. It took me about an hour to get all this bit of tape off. Once I got the tape off, I give it a clean with some T-cut just to clean the paintwork up so it looks nice when we put the new trim on. Once I'd finished with the T-cut, I give it a clean down with some panel wipe just to give the fresh tape a good base to stick to, so hopefully it won't come off. You can't buy this trim new from Ford, but fortunately there's some clever fella out there had them remade and they sell them on eBay. It comes in one long length that'll do the front and back bumper, and you just cut it yourself in the middle. So before I bought this car, you best believe I checked the history on it, and the website I used was Car Vertical. So what I'll do is I'll go on the website and I'll quickly show you some of the history on the car. Super simple to use. We'll go on the Car Vertical website there, the home page. We're going to type the reg plate in for the car, which is F627GGK. Find vehicle. So there we go, it's checking in different countries for clone checks. It'll then go down, it's checking with all law enforcement agencies. It's checking with authorised workshops. It's checking dealer data. It checks the car marketplace for clones, which on a Cosworth is always a possibility. It's checking with insurance databases and with manufacturers. There we go, view report. So there you go, it's got a mileage discrepancy. Now on this car, the clocks, like the dials, only goes up to 100,000 mile. This car has got 103,000. So once it gets to 100,000 mile, it'll let the little numbers things click back and it'll go to 0. So this now, the clocks show 3,000 mile. This is what the mileage discrepancy is. It does say the mileage of this vehicle may be tampered, but we know what that thing is. It's got no theft, no accidents, no finance. Check there's MOT history. Knee side ball joint has excessive play. Knee side front tyre, exhaust emissions, that was in 2005. Well, that's a long one, we'll skip past that. And another long one. It's a FH Sierra at the end of the day. So there's the mileage. Remember what I was saying about the mileage discrepancy? You can see there it goes in 2009. Like I see it, this car hasn't been MOT'd since 2014. So you can see there in 2009, the mileage was 93,800. Then in 2010 it was 94,500. Then 94,000 again. Then obviously someone's MOT the car, used it plenty, and they've put about 6,000 mile on, so it goes to 1,000 miles where the clock has gone over 100,000, it's gone back to zero, then it's gone up to 1,400. So that is a mileage discrepancy on this car. So this car, F-Red Sierra, has got a decent history, but not all cars have got decent histories. Let us show you this VW Passat. It's got a mileage discrepancy, it's been theft and accidents. Not a car you want to go buy. If you check the car history that came up, I wouldn't even turn up to see the car personally. So there's you can see the mileage went up to 155,000 in 2016. Then 2017 it went back down to 136,000. So someone's been naughty with the mileage on the car and played with it. If we go down as well, you should be able to see. You can see that it shows you where the damage was on like the insurance database. Then if you go down, it should show you the pictures of the damage. Look at that. That has been in one hell of a smash. And look at them Bonnie seat covers. It should be written off for them, shouldn't it? So if you're in the market for a car, don't forget to check out Car Vertical and use my link in the description of this video and the top pinned comment of this video, and you'll save 10% for you, your family or a friend if you're buying a car. It's not worth getting stung. Do your checks, use Car Vertical, and let's get back on with this car. I'm sure you'll agree, that looks a lot better with the black strip on, but you see this bit that's black, that should be silver. So what we're going to do is we're going to whip these out, just one Phillips screw, and we'll sand them back, and then we'll give them a flash over with some paint, and we'll get them looking how they should be standard. Look at the ming in there. We'll give that a clean as well before we put that surround back in. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to rub the surrounds down. We'll get like all the stone chips out and just get them a bit smoother. Then we're going to give them a coat with Ford Strato Silver. I'll be honest, I didn't look at the colour they should be, but I just figured I like the silver. So we're going to go with Ford Strato Silver. Then we're going to give them a clear coat of lacquer just to make them nice and shiny and give them a bit of pop. Like I say, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rub them down. Right, I brought them in my paint booth. I'll give them a quick rub down with some degreaser. We're going to give them a quick flash over with the silver paint. Then we'll give them a coat of lacquer. Light dusting. Right, so we'll give them like 15 minutes just to dry off a bit. Then we'll give it another, probably 2 coats of this. Then we'll give it a coat of lacquer. Right fellas, what I've done is I've given these about 5 coats. I've read the back of the can and it says to give it a light dusting. Now what we're going to do before we lacquer them is I've got some 1500 grit 3M paper here. We're just going to give them a light wet and dry, then we're going to lacquer them. So I'll tear a little bit of this off. I'm not a painter, so don't get annoyed with this here. Literally learning on the job. I'm not going too heavy because I don't want to rub through, and I'm keeping away from the corners. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to give them a rub down with some pal wipes, some thinners, then we'll get the lacquer out and see how they turn out. Like I say, I'm not a painter, hopefully they'll come out good though. If they come out crap, we'll just redo them, or I'll get a proper painter to do them. We'll get some pan wipe on. Well, this is actually degreaser. Right, the lacquer we're going to be using is the Halford stuff. Let us know what spray paint you use. I've always used the Halford stuff, and this is my first time using like a metallic, but generally I find this stuff spot on. but let us know what you use. Let's go and give the fog light covers a coat of lacquer. Right, while we let that coat dry on the fog light covers, you'll notice my toe light covers missing. Well, a big thanks to Chris for sending one out. So we're just going to quickly fit this, then we'll go and give them another coat. But before we fit it, I'm just going to give it a quick clean, because I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but it's just a bit, I mean, it's obviously been sitting somewhere for a long time, so it's got a couple of scratches, a couple of stone chips, but I mean, the paintwork on this car is far from perfect. So we're just going to give it a quick polish up with some auto glim, then we'll fit this. Right, so we've got clean microfiber, some auto glim, and we'll give it, why am I shitting that? We'll give it a quick polish up. Oh. And as you can see, that looks a lot better. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but it is a lot shinier. And that should just somehow go into that, wait. That should pop onto there somehow. Right, there we go. We'll go and give them fog light covers another coat of lacquer. Right, I've moved them into the paint booth because it's easier to paint them. So we'll get me paint there, give it a little shaky shake. Right fellas, now let's talk about the ambers. We've got three options. These are genuine Ford amber indicators, right? We've got the ones that came on the car. These are the clear ones, but this one's felt a bit, I mean, it's easily fixed, a bit of glue, a bit of cleaning, but we'll fix these. I don't want these on. Let's take this one out. Right, this is a genuine Ford indicator. This is a non-genuine indicator. I'm going to go with the non-genuine ones purely because if you look at this, it's all nice and bright. You see the edges, absolutely perfect. If you look at the Ford one, like, we could polish the plastic up, they're a bit scratched and faded, but if you look like around the edges, there's dirt in, it's hard to get out. And to be honest, I don't think they'll come up as bright as these ones. They'll not be as orange. So we're going to fit non-genuine amber indicators. These I'm going to put in the loft. I'll keep these. I don't expect they'll be quite as good of a fit as the genuine Ford ones, but to be honest, I don't really care. I want them to look nice and bright and shiny, so that's why we're going with the non-genuine ones. So let's fit these. I've splashed myself there. Let's fit these. I need to take this clip off. This is what holds it onto the car. I don't know how they come out, so I'm going to be gentle. As you can see, the clips are a bit tatty, so I took them to work, put them in the sandblaster. Once we were in the blaster, I put these special gloves on, like a thick rubber so you don't burn your hands. Got the nozzle, pressed the pedal, and blasted all the dirt, grime and rust off them. Once they were blasted, I gave them a fresh coat of some gloss black paint. So we'll fit these back on the indicators, then we'll bang them in the car. We'll try our best not to snap anything as well. So we'll put that in there, give it a little twist and a pull and a squeeze, and that should be ready to fit to the car. We'll do the other one. There we go. That should do. Right, we'll put this on the Sapphire. Right, with them being brand new, they've got like this plastic cover on. Take that off, get the indicator bulb thing. I think I'll change that bulb as well. It looks a bit old and crusty. Okay, that's seen better days. We'll put a new bulb in, put a clear one in. The amber, so they'll still flash. Obviously amber. Put that in there. And we'll just connect this little spring in here, and you just pull this spring and that sits on there. Right, let's get this side on, change that bulb, Put a new bulb on, this one's old and minging. Nice new bulb in there. Same again, put that in. Then we'll connect that spring. There we go. I've also blasted and cleaned these little headlight washers, the blades and everything. Just, it's the details, man, for me. I like the little details to be nice and clean. I'll probably get some new headlights as well in the future. There's nothing wrong with them, they're just, new headlights just look amazing, you know, new chrome, new glass, they really do set a car off. So I probably will replace the headlights. Right fellas, I've painted these fog light covers. I must be honest, I painted them twice. The first time I got a bit over enthusiastic with the paint and it all reacted, so I've had to rub them all back down, redo it, and this time I just give it like loads of light dustings and they've came up spot on. Like, I mean, they're not spot on, but I'm more than happy with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a new screw and we'll fit them to the car and it should look a lot better. So that goes, see these little prong things, there's kind of little cutouts on the bumper, so that sits in there. Oh, there we go. I'll get a new screw for in there, because they'll probably fall out if you don't put a screw in. So we'll get a screw, we'll put a screw in, then we'll do the other side. Right, we've got a new screw here, just a tiny little one. Hopefully this will hold it in. So we'll put that in there. There we go, that should do it. It looks a lot better, doesn't it, with these silver than black. Right, so that goes on there. There's one there. Screw this one on. We're not going too tight with them, just because I think it'll strip. So we'll just give it a little, just tighten it up just a little bit. We'll move on to the next job. Right, for the next thing, what we're going to do is, I'm not a fan of the chrome under the bonnet. So what I've done is, right, I've removed this chrome cover that was on the fuse box lid. I've removed the cap from here, which we're now using as a plug in the bathroom because the plug's knackered on the bath. This was chrome. I've just given that a coating of matte black just to kind of hide it. But what we're going to change next is, see these are chrome, these shouldn't be chrome. So you can still buy them. So I got these off eBay. These are genuine Ford parts, and they're just the caps. They just basically replace them matte chrome ones that are on the car. So we'll fit one of these. These aren't chrome, they're galvanised steel. It's what should be on the car. So we'll put these on and see how it looks. Right, so what we've got here is a deep socket 19. You've got to get over this thread, so you need like a deep 19. So we'll get the impact driver, we'll put this 19 on and we'll whip them off. As you can see, their chrome is just horrible. I could have painted them matte black, but for the sake of 5-6 quid or whatever the new ones were, it's not worth messing about, is it? Right, I've got some new nuts. See that one? That's the one that came off. It's all like rusty and minging. You don't want rusty nuts. I've got some nice clean shiny nuts. So we'll put these clean ones on. Tighten it up to about 6 or 7 ugga-duggers. Right, same again fellas, we'll take this side off. Whoa, that was on tight, wasn't it? Right, we'll take the new one of these out. All these do, I think, is, you know, when you jack your car up, it stops all your front suspension just falling off. So, like I say, we'll put this on. We've got a new nut, nice shiny zinc plated nut to go on there. Looking good, looking good. That on there. Like I say, fellas, just a little bit, we'll put a little bit of copper slip on there. Just a little dib dab on there, just a little tiny little bit. Just a, honestly, tiny little bit, fellas. Put that on there and we'll nip it up to about 6 or 7 ugga-duggers. Right, are you ready? About 6 or 7. That should do. That looks a lot better than them manky old chrome things I had on. Right, Now the last chrome bit I want to change under the bonnet is this header tank. It is meant to be like a brushed aluminium or something, but it's gone just manky and it looks manky. So we'll take it off, we're going to rub it down, and I think we'll give it a spray, some matte black or something. So we'll take the pipes off, we'll rub it down, we'll give it a spray. Start by taking these pipes off. Right, as I'm taking the pipes off, I'm just carefully collecting all the water on the garage floor. It hasn't even got any antifreeze in there, has it? That's just pure water. Right, as you're seeing, that's just pure water that came out of that header tank. So what we'll do is we'll drain all the water out and we'll put some proper coolant in. It's a good job I spotted that. That's the problem with these like solid steel header tanks. You can't see what's in, you can't see your level or anything. You've literally just got to take the cap off and have a look. But even with the cap off, you can't tell it's just water, because all you can see is like a black liquid kind of floating about. But anyway, we'll take this tank off and we'll rub it down and paint it up. Right, that's that off. We'll take this sticker off and we'll rub it all down, just key it up, get rid of all the imperfections. Then we'll give it a good coat of some matte black. So what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to drop all the water that's out the car and we'll put some like proper coolant back in. Hopefully it hasn't had just water in for too long, because it could cause some damage. Right, so here what I've got is some 500 grit paper. Get a bit of water on it and we'll just start rubbing this header tank down, ready for paint. Get the sticker off. I've rubbed all this down, so what we're going to do is we'll take this cap off, right? What we're going to do is we're going to mask up some bits, then we'll give it a wipe down with some panel wipe and we'll give it a good coat of some matte black paint. Right, so we've got a couple of bits to mask up. I'm going to mask these up, not all the way down, but not going all the way down to the bottom, but just up a bit, so when the pipe's on it'll look black but the pipe isn't gripping on the paint, if that makes sense. It does to me, it does to me. Oh, get another bit, that bit will go on there. Under there. I'll wrap that round there. Cover the hole up so we don't get tape in the bottle. Then we'll mask this thread up. Right, we'll get some panel wipe, we'll give it a full wipe down, we'll give it a light dusting of some matte black. Got my panel wipe here. Give this a good wipe down. Right, then we'll go and put this up in my spray booth and we'll give it a good coat of matte black. Right, so I've just hung it from a special bracket. Then we'll give it one more panel wipe down. Then we'll spray it with some paint. This is what we're using, matte black from Halfords. Give it a good shake. It's a really light coating for the first one, just a really light dusting. While that dries, we'll drain the water out the car. I'm going to quickly put this chair under and we'll catch all the water that comes out the full radiator in the engine. I don't really want like a massive load of water on my garage floor. So we'll catch most of it in that, then put it down the drain, it's just water in it. Move that clip back and this pipe should hopefully just pull off. It's going to go, there we go. As you can see fellas, that is pretty much just pure water. Right, we'll go and give the header tank another coat of paint. While that coat dries, we'll pop over Halfords and we'll get some antifreeze for the car for when we fill it back up. While that expansion tank dries, I've got one more problem with the water system on the car. I've had to order these pipes, right? Some of you might recognise these. Some of you might recognise these two pipes and some banjo bolts. 35 quid for two banjo bolts. Anyway, let's show you the problem. On the turbo, there's a water feed, but there isn't on this one. You see this pipe here, right? We'll follow it back, it goes to the header tank. Then it's joined there. And it goes round. Anyway, this pipe we need to pull it apart, right? Now one side should go to the turbo, so that there should spin round. There should be a metal pipe coming off the turbo into there. Then this bit is no good, so we'll chop it there. Then there's this pipe. That pipe goes down onto there, across there. Then this pipe joins into there. Then this little one, this one goes into there and joins onto that pipe there. So we need to fit these two pipes. I'll show you on this car how it works. See there, that's that big long pipe I've just had. Then the little pipe is down under here. You can see it comes from the turbo, joins in there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fit them on this car. Right, then we'll just put that onto there. I'm not going to use any grease or anything because obviously it's just going to burn off and it'll get in the water. So I'm just going to go in dry with this one. Right, we'll just check that in place, make sure it isn't catching on anything. That goes there. That looks about spot on where it is. So we'll nip that up, then we'll fit it all back, put the exhaust on, put our new gaskets on, tighten it all up, and fingers crossed we should be able to get some water to the turbo. Right, so I've got my longer pipe here, got my banjo bolt. I put an aluminium washer on, and that goes into there, and you put an aluminium washer on the end, and that should tuck under that actuator arm, then into there, and we'll just nip that up. Don't think my socket will get in, so I've got a big spanner. Oh, I hope this gets in. There we go. And we'll just nip that up. There we go, that's tight enough. Right fellas, so we've got it all tightened up. The last thing we need to do is, we need to take this pipe off here. There we go. This bit is no good. Then this bit now, right, connects onto there, just like that. I'll get some P-clips that keep it away from this time belt because it's right close. But for now, we'll nip this up. Now we're going to refit the expansion tank that I've just painted matte black. We've painted it and it looks, honestly, it looks a lot better than I thought. So what we're going to do is, we'll take this tape off and we'll fit it on the car. If you think, by the way, if you're thinking of getting one of these aluminium tanks, I personally wouldn't recommend them because you can't see your coolant level. It's solid, you don't know how much coolant's in, and you can't see what the coolant looks like. This was just full of water. I had no idea there was no coolant in. literally when you looked in, it just looks like black liquid, so you've got no idea what's in. But we'll take all the tape off and we'll fit it on the car. Right, let's put it on. Carefully, not to scratch anything. Right, that should be the full water system sorted. Now we've got water to the turbo, which we didn't have before. So it's literally just a case of putting some coolant in. Right, I've just quickly fired it up just to check everything's working, check there's no leaks. So we'll quickly have a look. We'll check for leaks on these banjo bolts. That looks dry. Nothing dripping down. And if we follow this pipe along to there, you see it's squirting the water back in the tank. So there's water getting to the turbo. So I'm going to knock it off because I really want to do an oil and filter before I run the car. Right, I'm sure you'll agree the front end is starting to look a lot better on the car. One thing that's missing though that needs doing is the bonnet vents. Now there's a bit of a problem with the bonnet vents, but we're going to fix them. We'll head over to the bench and I'll show you. Right, so these are the bonnet vents, right? Now the problem is, over time Ford used like metal screws to hold these in. There's like screws going there. And over time the rust, and when you try and take the screws out, it pulls these little inserts out. See there, the inserts are missing. I'll zoom in and show you. Now the insert's missing out of there, but it's in there. That's an M4 thread, which means 4mm diameter. But as you can see, that goes in there. That would screw into there and hold it on the car. Then here, there's nothing. It's just a hole. What I've done is I ordered some insert things, if I can find them. So these are the little brass insert things that I bought. Look, you see them? Where the focus is. You see they've got like a rough edge on there, so it grips in the hole. So hopefully the bonnet vents, won't fly off when you're doing motorway speeds. So they should just push into this hole. See the hole there where ones came out? See there? I'm not taking these ones out because, to be honest, I might knock the vents and you can't really get them. So I'm leaving the ones in that are in, and I'm just going to replace the ones that felt the bits when I took the vents off the car. So that, in theory, right, you put your little brass thing on there, and that should push in. If we put that on there on the wood, I should be able to push that in with. I'm going to use the back end of this file. We'll just push it in, maybe with a little bit of hammering. I don't want to use anything too hard because I don't want to break anything really. Right, well, that one's in. We'll do this one. See, like it's got a rough finish on there, so it nips on the plastic. I mean, you could really put some glue on these if you wanted, but to be honest, I don't think I'll need it. There we go, they're sitting flush. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put the screw in on there. I'm going to give it another little tap with the old thumb finder. That's better, that's gone right in now. There we go. Right, now we'll put these on the bonnet. Right, so that will go onto there. Then this one will go onto here, then we'll pop the bonnet and we'll put some screws in. Then if we look under here, you can see what we need to do is we'll put some screws in with some little washers on just to pull it all down. Got some screws, fellas. We're going for stainless steel button head screws. I'll just zoom in so you can see. Where that focus is there, can you see we've got a stainless steel button head screw with a little washer. So hopefully these won't ever rust, so I don't need to worry too much about not being able to get them out anymore. So like I say, this is stainless steel going into brass, so there's nothing should rust. Fingers crossed. Let's fit the vents. Let's put the bonnet down and see what it looks like. Right, there we are fellas. I'm sure you'll agree from the start of this video that car looks a lot better. If you remember when we first picked it up, it was just rough as out the car. I've also, I've refitted all the interior. I still need to get a door handle. I've got one of those coming that doesn't work. But if we look in the back, we've got the interior in. The interior is almost there. I've got some stuff to clean up the leather, so we'll do that soon as well. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up as well, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. You might never watch my videos again, but you never know, it might entertain you one day when you're sitting on the toilet with nothing to do. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, and we'll do some more stuff on this Sapphire. Remember, it hasn't been MOT'd since 2014. But see you soon, fellas. Cheers.